Hi guys, hope you had a great weekend. I'm here today to talk about the Cambridge Advanced Certificate Writing Part 1, which is the essay. In this, you're given a question and some bullet points, two of which you must include in your answer. The first thing we're going to do is take a quick look at the structure of the question to make sure we maximize the amount of marks we get for the content part of the exam mark scheme. I've put a contracted version of the question on the board here, and I'll put a complete link to it in the description box. I just don't have space to write it here, unfortunately. This question is asking about the implementation of a dress code or uniform into a school or college. We must first of all look at the points which are available. They give us 3. We must only write about 2 of them in our answer. Okay, that seems simple enough. A lot of people ignore that instruction and write about 1 or all. Only write about 2 of the points. Okay, you can see them here. Image of the college, health and safety, and discipline. Only write about 2 of these. We must also, at the end of our essay, communicate which we feel is the most important thing to consider. All right, so which one of these points is the most important? Do not do this at the start. Do not do this in the middle. Do this at the end. Okay, this will also be important for your organization part of your mark scheme. All right. Let's think a little bit about the introduction. It can be a problematic part for a lot of people, but it doesn't need to be a huge piece of writing or especially long. Okay, all you need to do is use a topic sentence to introduce what you're going to be talking about and give a little context. Do not give your opinion at this point, because that needs to come later. A big mistake that a lot of people make is looking at the essay in its entirety before they've even started writing. Now, let's apply that to something else. For example, running a marathon or writing a novel. If you look at these things, these tasks, in their entirety before you've even started, you're going to get really intimidated, and it's going to be a real struggle for you to start. So break it down. Look at it in little individual parts. If you're running a long distance, you probably break it into short 5-kilometer bursts, and if you're writing a novel, you'll probably break it down into chapters. If you try to attack the whole thing in one go, it's very, very, very difficult to do, and you're going to get overwhelmed and intimidated. The same way with this essay. When you're thinking about the introduction, think only about the introduction. Get it done. Stop thinking about the conclusion, how you're going to do your paragraphs. That's why you have a plan from before, hopefully, because that will allow you to focus your energy on what is in front of you in that moment. So break it down. Do not get intimidated by the complete task before you've even started. Now, if you've done your plan, then the vocabulary and grammar should all be on a piece of paper next to you so you can refer to it as you need it. This will allow you to concentrate on the structure and content of your essay. I've written here, obviously the first point, refer to your plan. This is obvious, okay? Concentrating on the structure will allow you to gain more points. I've put a comparison here between first certificate structure and advanced structure in respect to essay writing. In the first, you can see a paragraph will start with a sequencer, firstly, secondly, thirdly, followed by an explanation, because X, okay? Now, at advanced level, you're going to need to demonstrate a little bit more, as you can see here. You can still introduce your point, probably with a topic sentence, more than a sequencer, okay? So try and have that in your head. Using topic sentences instead of sequencers will be a big use when you're making your initial introductions to paragraphs. And of course, you can explain why you've said it. That's important. Using because, using due to, using owing to, and various other phrases. I'm sure you have a big list of them anyway, okay? But also, in this part, it's extremely important to critique what you've written. You'll notice I've used the word although. So in each paragraph, you're introducing a point, explaining why it could be good or bad, and then offering a contrast. Offer the other side of the argument in each paragraph for each point that you're introducing. This will give your argument much more structure, and when you make a conclusion later, it will have a far more logical base because you've looked at everything from two sides. When it comes to doing your conclusion, make sure to give an opinion. So many people nowadays, for some reason, they're afraid to do so. I don't know why. I get a lot of conclusions which are just like, well, in the end I don't know, or well, it really depends, or well, I'm not sure. This is not what the exam is asking you to do. You don't have to really believe it, you don't have to really think it. The exam is asking you to give an opinion. So please give one. Giving a conclusion based upon the evidence that you've seen throughout your text and the arguments that you've made. Don't give floppy answers or 50-50 or well it depends or maybe this, maybe that. Give an opinion, answer the question, maximize how many marks you can get. And hopefully this way you'll achieve a great mark on your advanced writing part 1.